So we're on Main Street in Breese, Illinois, the home of the office of Dr. Tim Droege, otherwise known as Breese Dental Care, and this is Kathy Droege, who is the genius behind the business operation here. Kathy, you're a hometown girl. You grew up here.
I did.
And you and Tim met in college and came back here and started this practice. Tell us about the building, first of all. You got some fun history here.
Well, when we decided we were going to build an office, my dad offered to build the building and left us rent from him, which gave us a lot of opportunities to build a practice from scratch.
So you built, how many square feet originally? 25 years ago?
About 1,500.
1,500, and that's what this is right here.
This is from here over.
And then 15 years ago, so you expanded.
We expanded in '85.
And that is the rest all the way down the street here. That's great. So the office is how big now?
Oh, I don't know that, but we have 8 operatories.
8 ops.
A lot of business space and an office that was overdue for Doctor for a long time.
Excellent. And Dad built the first part of it.
Yes,
That's awesome. Fantastic. All right, well, let's go inside and take a look.
Thanks.
So we're inside here at the front desk area. And here's Kathy again. So Kathy, give us a little bit of the history behind, you came back from dental school, and tell us a little bit about how you got started with the practice and how you got started with the office.
Okay, well, it was February of Tim's senior year, and he was going to join a dentist here in Breese. And when he went to sign his papers, the dentist got cold feet and basically told him he didn't feel like there was enough room to bring another dentist into the community. And
not enough business for another dentist.
That's pretty much how he said it. And
wow.
Tim's answer was, I've done my homework. I think this community could use another one. And it's been a great ride.
So you started from scratch? We
did. We started from scratch. And a local businessman was our first patient. And we just had a tremendous amount of luck with the local newspaper.
Tell us about that.
Well, as Walter Haley has told all of us, they got to fill the paper with some kind of article. And I called and I said, oh, Dr. Droege is going to open up a business, and we pretty much made the paper every other week.
Just with that, you just pitched some different ideas. And
they came, they took a picture of the construction. They came, they took a picture of the sign going up. I mean, it was eventful in a small community like Breese.
Right. Well, most little towns have a small town newspaper, and they're in fact they're scraping for news now so much, and they're understaffed that they're grateful if you'll write the story for them.
And that's true too.
So,
Tim has made the comment many times. The Breese Journal is like the Bible around here.
Yeah.
You can make it. People believe it.
How big's the town?
The town is about 3,200 people. 25-mile radius is probably about 10,000 people.
10,000. How many active patients would you guys have? You got lots of charts on the wall over there.
We have probably active patients about 1,500.
1,500. Perfect. So I'm gonna give everybody a little bit of secret, but when you started this, the dentist down the street told you were going to be eating a lot of bologna sandwiches if you decided to open up practice, which is kind of fun. And I don't know when the last time you had a bologna sandwich, but there's obviously you've tapped into, you're the dentist in town, obviously. So give us a little 25-year journey of significant turning points, whether you added new things or you discovered new things that really took different times when your practice went to another level.
Yeah, I'd say definitely the first one that made a huge impact was when we started boot camp in '94. I started practice in '87, sort of plodded along a little bit. We had a little bit of continuing education with different companies. One good thing is about a year and a half, 2 years after I started, Kathy started as office manager, and so she really helped because it was hard to implement stuff by myself, and so having her there, that really sort of drove the implementation part of it, and we actually have gotten really good at that. And so then after that, then we did boot camp, and we did, we had the whole team, everybody's trained in it. Then a huge influence was I took LVI in '97, and that was when Dr. Hornberg was still teaching there. which he's fantastic as far as, in my opinion, as an educator. And so that really, for aesthetics, and it just sort of vaulted me to a different playing field than what I had been on before, aesthetically. Well then, we did well, done well with boot camp. Then obviously being with the Crown Council the whole time has helped, and we've gone there a lot, taken the team there a lot, and again, the implementation part, that's what we work hard at. A lot of times, as soon as we have a meeting, or go to a meeting, either myself or the whole team, the next 3-hour monthly meeting is dedicated to that so that we get our battle plan in order.
Longest tenured team member you have, how many years?
That'd be Diane, 21.
21.
22 in March.
And then?
And Donna's 21. Deanne just did 20. I think I added them up. There's 8 team members and there's 130 years.
Wow.
So I think the average is like...
Just with you?
Yeah, just with me.
Not in other places?
Correct, yeah.
So how do you go about the selection process?
I don't, because the first couple, and seriously, the first couple 3 that I hired aren't here anymore. And that was another thing with Kathy coming in. I think they're better at it.
Yeah.
And I think we did learn some things from boot camp as far as hiring, and we implemented those, and that's what really got us going. I mean, Kathy hired Diane, the person who's been here the longest, and everybody since then. And nowadays, if we do have an employee or we hire one and it's been a while, we get input from the team. So I mean, I probably have the least say.
So your secret is delegate it.
In that instance, it has been,
yeah.
And so it's worked. And obviously, and that's, I think, one of our probably the best thing for us has been the team. And patients like it when they've got set people here, people they know. A lot of them keep the same hygienist, and we really work hard at making sure they have the same hygienist, sometimes even the same assistant with me.
Yeah.
And they like that. It's really, I think it's comforting to them. It just sort of reassures them. They keep coming back.
All right, so we are here with, I think, the entire team minus one, right? She's not here today. So I think we have Diane. You're the longest tenured team member.
Yes.
21 years.
22.
22 years. Who's next? Donna's
20 years.
20 years, and then who's after that?
Me. I've been here for 20 years.
20 years, and then
I've been here 16.
16 years. Wow, that's great. Oh, so who's the newest?
Oh,
Me.
That's been
10.
10 years. So you're the rookie
I am
at
the-
10 years.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, so for the benefit of the doctors that are watching, what for all of you makes the biggest difference here in terms of making it a great place to work? What makes this a great place to work that you want to stay?
I think we all do.
Yeah.
We
We all like to work with each other.
It's almost like Donna's always said, it's almost like going to work with your sisters every day.
Sometimes it is.
Sometimes it is. Oh, are you really? You two are sisters.
And the patients get confused on who is who.
Yeah.
They think we're the same person.
Really?
Because they'll come up front and they'll go, didn't you just work on me?
You don't want me to work on you.
All right, so what are some of the things that you do that make a difference as a team, whether it's team meetings or what are some of the things you do that helps keep the whole thing together moving forward? Tracy? Oh, go ahead, Diane.
I think Kathy has always put systems into place, and everybody follows the systems, and the systems do work.
All right, so we're in the break room, and Kathy, explain to us what's on the wall. This is very cool.
Well, from classes we've taken, we've practiced the verbal skills, and to put them on display, I type them up and we post them to the wall.
I'm going to see if I can get close enough just to see one of them here that says, did you have the kind of dental experience today that makes you want to tell others that we are a great place? That's awesome. So these are all over. So
Yeah.
in your team meetings, you go over these,
Right.
obviously.
And in reference to that one, we're looking about asking for referrals.
Yeah.
And if you didn't have a good experience, there's no use asking that patient for a referral. So we kind of have a theme of asking for referrals on the wall and a theme of making sure the patient had the risk and consequences explained to them.
Exactly. That's
So-
great. Most significant thing most memorable thing that you've done together as a team. We talk about camping experiences in the Crown Council. You guys have had a lot of those over the years. What would you say is highlights, most significant things that you've done together that have made a difference?
I'm gonna say our family. At Christmas time, we always adopt a family.
Oh, cool.
I think we all enjoy doing that. We sort of look around the community and ask the schools for a good family that is needy, and we try and get whatever the kids want and whatever the parents need
That's
for
great.
Christmas gifts.
Do you do that every year?
Mhm, we do that every
Cool.
year.
All right, so Tim, tell us about, you've got plenty of space here. You're kind of the doc in town. You guys work really hard to accommodate sedation patients as well as anybody who needs help. So tell us about your scheduling and how you try to accommodate people.
Scheduling wise, we'll get anybody in during the week, anytime. Now Diane does a great job at the front. She at the morning meeting, we go over, okay, we can fit people in different spots or an emergency here or there. But sometimes she has to improvise and put them here because they're hurting. So if they're in pain, we get them in that day. And they really appreciate that. And a lot of times it's just as simple as writing a script, and that's fairly simple. On the weekends, cell phone, they'll call me, I come in and see them.
How far away are you?
Oh, from here, 6 miles.
You're serious close.
5 minutes, yeah.
All right, so give us an example of somebody maybe you went out of the way and...
Yeah, we had this, we have a lot of farmers around here, and farmers are great people in this area because if they come in, they're going to pay for it. If they can't afford it, they don't come in. And but when they want something done,
They're
they
ready.
want it done
Now,
because
yeah.
they're going to be going out in the field, so they want it done. Well, this man called me on the weekend. It was a Friday, and he'd been going to his dentist for about 25, 30 years, and he'd called him, he broke a tooth, and they couldn't see him until the next week or 2 weeks later. And so he called me, came in and see him. He broke a tooth. We took a tooth out, and I said, well, there's a lot of other problems. This will get rid of your pain. And I said, you want to come back and do some more? He says, well, yeah, I'm not going back to the other guy. You wouldn't see me. And so, we got him in and, did a treatment plan. He just had lower teeth, but we did that, upper denture. He ended up spending about $11,000. So,
Just because you were willing to be a little accommodating.
And it makes, we see this a lot.
Yeah.
And sometimes, honestly, it's even just talking to him on the phone.
Yeah.
Just getting a hold of you, when you're available, it really gives them peace of mind, and they sort of feel obligated to come back and do something with you.
Simple principle, but it makes a huge difference.
Yeah,
Thank
works.
you. So if you're going to go back through your 25 years of dentistry and pick out one or two things that have been the most significant for you that you would pass on to somebody else. In other words, you're going to say, do this, and it will make a huge difference, whether it's a philosophy, a clinical technique, or anything you've done marketing-wise. What would you say would be top of your list?
Two things. First thing, honestly, boot camp had the most dramatic, and obviously tops, the same type of thing. That type of training and taking the team somewhere and doing that, I think is critical. I think it's a huge morale booster. The production level, it's just amazing, the energy and the excitement. Everybody likes coming to work more. It builds the energy level. The other thing was doing, I did all of Dr. Coyce's things, and I started them in 04, finished them in 08, and I go to his continuum every year. That has just been a big change. Eventually we're going to get an associate, and I think that would be within the first year or two. Once we're set on the associate, I would strongly encourage them to do that first. I just think from the people I see go through there, I think it's just a huge, great way to do dentistry, to do it predictably, with the most success and less aggravation. It's just really, to me, has been CE probably one of the best ones on the dentistry side.
Right. It's a good combination of good clinical skills, good people skills, and when you put it all together, you can make magic even in a town like Breese, Illinois, right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, it works.
Excellent. Thanks for the comments.
Good.